welcome to day 8 of my 30-day challenge where I aim to build and design a Christmas/winter island in just 30 days. I can't use Nintendo Online or the DLC, but I am allowed to time travel and we have some goals. You may have spotted that I have sneakily added Humphrey to the list. I have come to the conclusion that an island Grinch is absolutely necessary. But as a compromise, I started to gift him green coats and green jackets. Of course, nothing Christmas related, I wouldn't want him to fight me. And I will continue to gift him green outfits, so he can fully represent the Grinch that he is. I also have to show you what I did with his yard. It's not a lot, but you will see. I don't know about the others yet, I like them, but I'm not 100% convinced. So we will talk about the rest of the villagers another time. But 5 out of 10 villagers already is not bad at all. So, you might have noticed that yesterday's episode was a tad longer. So while I was procrastinating to edit that, I made some more custom designs, collected balloons and tried out some fences. Let me first show you what you missed. Not all that much. But I did want to start my yard, so I could put down the vegetables from leaf. I'm not completely happy with it yet, but I think it's a good start. That Christmas tree looks a little weird, but we will think about it later. Then, as I mentioned before, I did decorate Humphrey's house as well. I really wanted to have that harsh difference between my yard and his yard, so my yard will get more Christmas decor later on. I spontaneously decided that he likes birds. That may change though. But I do like his fence. It's giving people-hating Grinchy vibes. As you can see, I continue to work on the path. Back here I made this walkthrough to the back of the island. I had an idea for this area. I think the small half island here would be just perfect for landing and taking off with a sledge. So I want this to be where Santa's sleigh is parked until Christmas, and this big space here will be a toy factory, where elves are crafting toys and preparing presents. There's not much to show yet, but we will work more on this today, and I made a custom design, imprints of the sleigh. So you can imagine him taking off with his sleigh much better. I don't know if they even fit yet, but I can still adjust them later on. Here is the reference photo that I used, and that helped me to create my design. As you can see, I also made a snow edge for the path. I did not use a reference for that, I basically just cloned my sledge imprint design and adapted it. I want to put those down as well today to see how they look and if they work together. There are 2 more things that I would like to work on today, or at least make some progress. I want to integrate the giant ornaments as decorations on the lake and make the river look more even. And in front of Abel's sisters, I would like to have an ice skating rink. I made a simple design for that, but I haven't placed it down yet, so I might change it later on. So, the to-do list for today would be work on the toy factory, place the giant ornaments on the river, correct the river, build the ice skating rink in front of Abel's sisters, and if we have still time, work on the Christmas town. I like having multiple areas to work on, so I can bounce around, otherwise I get stuck easily and demotivated. So, first I want to transfer every toy or other potential items to the toy factory, so we have everything in one place. I also crafted 3 tables that we can work on for manufacturing. I'm not certain yet what we could use to resemble the elves, I guess either gnomes or gyroids. As I said, I also crafted 3 tables. I was torn between a few different tables, but ultimately I decided on the softwood tables. These tables are supposed to look like one long table pushed together and represent the working station of the elves. Placed down, I'm not too happy that they don't connect, but we'll leave it like that for now and reevaluate. Let's put down that snow edge custom design. I'm curious to see if it looks good together. But first I have to get the custom design path permit, apparently. I forgot how much there is to unlock at the beginning of the game. So now that we got the permit, let's put down the snow path. When I created the path, I did place some down to test and match them to each other, But I'm curious to see what it looks like when the whole path has that snow edge. And I want to check if it looks repetitive or if it looks at least a little bit natural. Let me tell you something in the meantime, before I forget. So, you remember how yesterday the episode ended with some disappointment because Leaf wouldn't give us that hedge fence? Well, I talked to him again and he gave up the fence DIY right away. I wasn't recording then, but I am super happy that we got the DIY now. I'm not sure if we should use only a few fences or one general fence, or if it would look more homely if everyone had a different fence and everything was just mixed and sort of patchworked. I also want to customize some fences, so maybe just one main fence but in different colors. I still have to think about that. After a few minor tweaks, I think the snow path looks quite nice. It kind of reminds me more of icing on a cake than of snow, but since it's a Christmas town, this could be intended to look like a gingerbread path. And it's the first time I tried to make a snow path with no reference, so I do like it. To take a break, I went to Able Sisters to shop a bit and they had something green. So I'm paying my Grinch tax and I'm gifting Humphrey his green clothing item of the day. It's kind of a mossy green, so not Christmassy at all. Oh, he gave me a yodel sweater in return. Let's see if I can gift it to another villager. Poncho just came up to me and started sneezing in my face. So he is definitely not getting a sweater from me today. But let's give it to Nibbles. I just want her to stop wearing that watermelon dress, to be honest. Oh, it looks super cute, and we got a windbreaker in return. It's a white one. I think that would look good on Piers. Let's check in with him. Ah, never mind, I like his current sweater more. I typically only gift him outfits when they are wearing something that I don't like or I feel indifferent about. So I am just putting it beside his house, so I will be reminded to gift it to him another time. So let's start working on the ice skating rink. I think that is kind of an awkward place, because it is not a ton of space, but it is enough space for there to be something else. But something on the smaller side. I don't want to make a tiny ice skating rink, but also not a giant one. I think one where about 2 to 4 villagers can ice skate at the same time would be ideal. Little intermission because I need to get that balloon. A frozen fence DIY. That is just perfect. I wanted to use another fence, but I think the frozen fence would work even better here. So let's compare the two options. Yes, I think the frozen fence is definitely a winner. What a lucky balloon. I like that illuminated tree a lot, but I wish it would always be illuminated and not just by night. Ah, and we caught Piers outside and gifted him the windbreaker. In return, we got a magazine, which will surely be useful later on. I placed some shoes on a bench to make it more realistic and I really like it so far. I still have to make a custom design for a sign, but it is not urgent. And I would love to see the build by night. Let me show you the custom design for the eyes for a minute. So it was such a low effort design and I think it looks great. I tried to make something reflective that looks like glass. So I got a pale blue for the main design. Then I made 2 white lines diagonally to look like a reflection of the light. And because the white was too harsh, I changed the color to a pale blue that was just a tad lighter than the main pale blue. So that is the whole design. It's so simple, I didn't even have high hopes that it would look good, but I like it. Okay, I had to time travel so we can see the build by night as well, and it just looks 10 times better. We definitely still need a sign that indicates that this is an ice skating rink, but besides that I like it and I think it's a great filler build in between the town and Able Sisters. So, time traveling back to a time with daylight and I want to tackle the river and putting down the giant ornaments. I thought this would be a quick 10-minute thing, but it took me more than 1 hour to get the river to a point that I was happy with. It is really hard to make it look nice, straight and natural. I wanted to have enough space at the town side so we could place fences without cutting off the path, so I constantly had to adjust the other side of the river to make it look good. I'm not completely happy with the ornaments, but I think the placing is okay. At least it makes the river more interesting. Because of the stone path that I was putting down, it also looks like ornaments are on the map if you look closely. So, this is all that I was able to do today. Tomorrow we will keep working on the factory and the town and some other things. This summarizes day 8 of North Pole. If you would like to follow my journey, feel free to subscribe and come back tomorrow for the next day. I appreciate you for being here. Let me know what you think about the ice skating rink. Would you add anything or do you like it how it is? Thank you so much for watching and see you all tomorrow.